Hello, Mr. Allen.
Hello.
I am an officer working at Peel Police. My name is Officer Salvaggio. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thanks. I'm fairly confident in what you guys do, so hopefully we can get this resolved as soon as possible.
Yes, of course. Can I get your full name for the record, please?
Kyle James Allen.
I should let you know that this interview will be recorded. I am calling you regarding an incident that you were a part of last year, October 25th, 2019. I want to get further information on the record about any further details, your account on what happened that day. Um, is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Okay, perfect. So I'll explain to you the process so you understand. I will ask you what your account was on that day, then I will ask you some further questions in order to get some further details, and then after that, I will summarize what you told me in order to make sure I haven't missed any information that is crucial. When you answer the questions, please answer them in detail because every little information is crucial in order to get an accurate picture. Um, Please answer the questions as best as you can from your recollection. Are you okay with proceeding with the interview?
Absolutely, let's get started.
Okay, perfect. So first question, regarding the accident of October 25th, 2019, tell me what happened.
Okay, so I was heading to work in my white Lexus. I do have an office job here in Mississauga. Now, the traffic was going slow, fairly slow as usual. I was heading northbound on Highway 10 towards Ontario Street. So there I was on my way to work, minding my own business. Now, all of a sudden, a black GMC cuts through the intersection. Now, as you are probably aware, the speed limit for this zone is 50 kilometres per hour. Now, this thing must have been going between 65 and 70 kilometres an hour. Now, as it's cut into the intersection, it's failed to brake, and what's happened next is what we're dealing with today. So, the black GMC has collided with my car, the white Lexus. It's hit the bumper on the front, and that's caused the car to spin out of control and hit the traffic pole. Now, that is the issue that we are dealing with today.
1 second. So you say you drive a Lexus?
That's correct.
Okay. Second question. Describe what the weather and time was like when the accident occurred.
So it was a fairly sunny morning. The sun had not long rose before. My morning shift does start around 8 a.m. So it must have been around about 7:30 in the morning when I was on the road.
Third question. Can you explain how you were feeling prior and after of the accident?
Now, before the accident, I was pretty optimistic. It was a Friday morning and it was the end of my working week. So as you can expect, I was fairly optimistic. I was feeling good. Now, just after the accident had taken place, I was in a state of shock, again, as you can probably understand. And it did take a little bit of time for me to ingest exactly what had happened. And when I did so, I did start to feel that sense of anger and disappointment and was just thinking, how has this happened, you know?
That is totally understandable. Okay, fourth question. Can you tell me who else was with you at the time of the accident?
Now, as I was heading to work, it was just me, myself, and I, really.
Okay. Can you describe any further interactions with the individual involved in the car crash?
Now, just after the crash itself had taken place, as you know, I was in a state of shock. Now, at this time, I could hear the other driver yelling, some verbal abuse at me. It wasn't for too long. It must have been between 30 seconds to a minute or so. But then he was quick to flee the scene. So there was a bit of verbal abuse, but there was no physical altercation.
Okay. Number 7. Describe what the person looked like.
Now, from my recollection, he was a tall white male. He had brown hair and brown eyes, and he was pretty well big. And he, from the abuse that I did receive, he did sound European.
Okay, thank you. Tell me, is there any other relevant information that you think should be mentioned in this interview?
I don't think there is. I think I've told you everything that does need to be told about the case.
Okay. Next question. This is going to be the last question. Tell me, are you the person that caused this accident to happen?
Not in the slightest way. I'm the victim in this case. I am the innocent party.
Okay. Those conclude my questions. I have everything I need. One second, I'm sorry. Do you have any other questions about the interview in general?
I don't think I do. I'm fairly happy to hear what you have to say about it.
Okay. So the next step is I will tell you a summary of what you told me, just to make sure I didn't miss any important information.
Okay.
So I will begin with the summary. So you say you were heading to work, your work is in Mississauga. You were heading northbound on Highway 10. The vehicle that hit you was a black GMC. It was a 50-kilometer zone, but you recall that the vehicle was allegedly speeding 65 to 70 kilometers per hour. You said that he hit your bumper, caused your vehicle to go out of control, and that caused you to hit the traffic pole. Your car was a Lexus, and a white Lexus. Your shift starts at 8 a.m., and you were on the road at 7 a.m. You were alone. There were no other witnesses, just you and the other person in the other vehicle. He did do some verbal abuse, but no physical abuse. He fled the scene. The verbal abuse lasted 30 seconds, and your description of this man was tall, white male, brown eyes, brown hair, and you say you're the victim in this scenario. That's all the information I have. Do you think that's an accurate depiction of your account on that day?
That's correct. What you have just told me there, as I say, that is the truth, and that is my recollection of what happened. I can assure you that is all correct, yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Do you have any other questions at all?
I don't think so. It's been a pleasure to speak to you.
Pleasure to speak to you too. Since there are no further questions, I will contact you if I need to contact you for other information regarding the investigation. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for your cooperation.
No problem. Thank you too.
Okay. Bye, Mr. Allen.
Bye-bye. Take care.